Hey, welcome to 100 Mile Drive, and today I want to talk about my 20,000 miles ownership experience with this 2023 BMW X3 M40i. First, I'm going to discuss a cracked windshield. That's right, guys, it happened again second time. Then I'm going to discuss the sunroof rattle that took 4 times to fix, but is it really fixed? I will also discuss the minor things I don't like about this vehicle after having it for 2 years, and also the things I absolutely love about this X3 M40i. And also, guys, this is my final year having this car in a lease, so I will tell you at the end of the video whether I'm planning to buy this car out from lease or looking for the replacement as of now. Let's get into the video. Alright, and let's quickly discuss this cracked windshield again, right? In my second year of car ownership, this is the second cracked windshield, believe it or not. So the first one, I already discussed it in another video. It happened in my third week of this car ownership, and I was a little bit disappointed. I even thought it was like a manufacturer's defect, the way it cracked in the corner. I went back and forth with BMW. Bottom line, it had to be covered by insurance and Safe Light, and it all got fixed. Then I use something called Shutter X, like a liquid nanoglass. It's a application you use on your windshield, and it's supposed to help protecting it. They even have videos showing how they even shooting the glass, and it's like much better than without the protection. So I did it last year in March, and so it's been like what, 9 months since then, and I don't know whether it helped or not. There's no good way to measure it. Maybe the effects of it faded off. But basically, I was driving on a toll road, and a perfect road. I had a chance to drive on a 5 freeway, like industrial freeway, but I chose a toll road, a paid road with perfect roads, and then there's a rock comes and hits my windshield, and it cracks immediately. So this only tells me that the windshields in these X3s are very thin, and I would even say, puts like a fear in your mind, in a sense like, I would not want to use this car for road trips. I would not want to use this car for any kind of off-roading, even mild off-roading, right? Because anything hitting this windshield is gonna absolutely crack it. And I know some of you guys even shared comments that you had more than one broken windshield. Guys, I had many cars, in my ownership, from Toyotas and including BMWs, Volkswagens. We have for like 13 years and never had a cracked windshield. And this car I've been owning for only 2 years, and this is the second cracked windshield. Something doesn't add up here. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, this sunroof rattle, right? It took about 4 times to repair it, and after the 4th attempt, they finally fixed it, where it went completely quiet, finally. So after that, it took about 8 months where I heard absolutely nothing, and it made me really happy. But now I see it's kind of coming back. It's very little tapping that I don't hear very obviously yet. It's like not loud enough, but I know it's there, and these type of issues usually tend to like get worse and worse over time. So depending on whether I keep this car or not, I will see whether I want to pursue this issue or not. But another funny thing is that the 2025 X3 doesn't even have a sunroof. It just has a moonroof, meaning they completely removed this issue from their, brand new vehicle. So that makes me think like, BMW, do you know how to make a proper sunroof, or like what's all this about? By the way, guys, I'm not making this video to just complain about this BMW, right? Because I really like this car, but I do want to first address all the issues I had in my car ownership, right? Being honest with you guys. So if anyone considering this type of a car, well, you can't buy it brand new anymore, but you can get it used. So you kind of know what are the things that can come up. So let's continue. The other minor thing I want to discuss is the wireless charger. I kind of mentioned it before, but basically, the problem with this wireless charger is that, first of all, it's charging very slow. Now this is a 16 Pro Max. I used to have iPhone 11, and if you put it there to charge, it really takes forever, especially if you're using a GPS, like you are going somewhere, like for navigation. And the other problem, it overheats the phone. Like it makes it so hot to the point that I get an iPhone message. So now, to avoid my phone overheating, I'm using a wallet solution here. So when I put it like this, at least it doesn't charge. And the other thing I want to talk about in this car is the comfort in rear seats. Now, specifically when you like to take like longer road trips, right? Not something in the city here and there, but actual like a road trips, like a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 and more, especially in LA where roads are not that perfect. Now, what you'll notice it is that the seats are kind of firm in this car. I already kind of talked about this in my other videos, that these Sensatec seats, they're not as plush and they feel kind of firmer. But the rear seats, while they feel supportive and you have enough room here, right, in the back, it's pretty decent room space here. But seats are firmer, and also since it has a firmer ride, the overall feel is a little bit jittery here in the back seat. So if you prefer comfort, some comfort, then make sure to rent this car and literally try it out. Because for me, I found it that, you know, for front seats it's okay, but hauling people in the rear seats, especially like your parents and all that, might not be a good idea. Like for kids, maybe it will be okay and fun, but for like people who want some comfort, maybe X3 30i will be fine because it has a softer suspension, but this M40i will be a bit firm. Now let's get into what I love about this vehicle. By the way, guys, I'm really happy with this Michelin Pilot 4S all-season tires. They're really good. They have 16,000 miles on them right now, and threading still looks good. I think they can go for another 15,000 miles easily. This is the rear. Now, so I replaced my run flats. I made some videos on it. I got a lot of views. So if you're curious about, you know, swapping your run flats for regular tires, make sure to check out that video. It definitely improved the ride quality for about 20%. Now, the other part that I absolutely love about this vehicle is the looks of this car. I mean, this is a classy looking X3 M40i that I absolutely love and I'm going to miss, because X3 M50 looks completely different. We have that completely updated exterior that I'm going to get to once I get that car, which hopefully, guys, soon. I mean, look at this rear. I mean, it looks so nice and beefy, and I absolutely love it. Now, the car doesn't look as clean. There's certain like some greasy stuff coming out from some doors that I'm gonna clean up. As soon as I replace the windshield, I'm gonna detail this car again. So yes, the exterior of this car is absolutely gorgeous. And the other part I absolutely love about this BMW is the interior styling. I mean, honestly, I think it still looks very upscale and modern, and I don't think it looks dated with all these buttons, right? The BMW cleaned out this area completely by slapping a curved screen and removing literally all the buttons. But I love all these buttons. I love all these memory buttons. I mean, see, I have everything programmed here. I know everything, and I press it with just a, you know, simple push of a button, and it just comes out so quickly. Yes, you can use your new iDrive knob in the new car, but why make it so complicated? I mean, I have my button for heated steering wheel. I have all these climate control buttons. It's just the basic car stuff, and I don't know why they would get rid of them. So anyway, I think this interior looks really upscale even today, and I absolutely love it about this car. And finally, what makes this car so special is the driving experience. Let's do the remote start. All right, and let's go for the ride. So the reason you buy this X3 M40i, like I said, is for the driving experience. So I'm gonna have my sport display and let's go for a quick drive. So the biggest reason you want this car is because you're a car enthusiast, you need a daily driver. It's gonna be mostly you and your, you know, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend who are gonna drive this car in the front seats, because front seats are nice. I've, you know, obviously drive it as a driver. I've been in the front seat as a passenger, and it's fairly comfortable, right? As much as I criticize these seats, but still comfortable. The rear seats is where you have to make some compromises. They're okay for short trips, like I said, but for longer trips, I found them not to have enough comfort. Now, what is my favorite thing about this car? Well, because I have my sport individual mode where I tune my suspension for comfort, but I tune my steering, let's say, for sport, my transmission for sport, my engine for sport as well. There's Sport Plus modes as well, but it will kind of rev the car mode more. So let me throw it in my sport individual mode, approaching a stop, and let's go. Just a very quick takeoff. But man, this car puts a smile on your face, and whether you are, you know, in the traffic, driving slowly, what happens is when you have it in comfort mode or Eco Pro, you hear a little bit of a humming, but it's like a minor, like a sound. And you know, guys or ladies who love these things, you know what I'm talking about. Now, when you throw it in like a sport individual mode, there's a little flap that opens up, and then it just becomes a more potent, like a more, you know, like a richer sound. And man, does it sound nice? Absolutely it does. So even when you drive it in like a slower speeds, you hear all these pops as well. So yes, even though this car was down a little bit down after, I believe, 2020, like, or 2021, for 2022 models and up, it's been down a little bit than the initial X3 M40i. But still, is it fun? It is absolutely fun. So the biggest thing about this car, like I said, is driving it, enjoying it, and that's the reason why these things outweigh all the, you know, issues that I found in this car. And I know a lot of these things they already fixed in the X3 M50, but then there are other things that I kind of not accepting, at least as of now. Let's see, when I get the car, I'll discuss them more. So guys, these are my observations. This is my ownership experience with this vehicle. Now, as of now, I am still debating whether I'm gonna keep this car or I'm gonna, you know, trade it. By the way, when I look at the trade-in values for this car, I am up $3,000. Literally, like Porsche, even BMW, offering me $3,000 more to trade this car for something else. From what I owe, even though I'm in a lease, but I have like a $3,000 equity in this car, which is great. So I am thinking maybe I should, you know, split up, like get one comfortable SUV, maybe something Toyota, Lexus, less fun, but with more comfort, so I can, you know, use it on long trips, right? And then get a sedan or coupe for my fun stuff. So that's in the books. Or maybe I'll keep this car because, you know, it has pretty low miles overall, but I do like the fact that, you know, by the time I'm done with this lease, it will only have like 36,000 left on this car, which is not that much money for this type of a vehicle. So let me know what you think. What is your ownership experience, or if you're considering this car, or you're straight looking into X3 M50 that just came out? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next video.